Okay, are we on? And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Hello, Andleeb. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you for having me here. I am very excited, but at the same time quite nervous.
Why are you nervous?
I don't know. It's like, what a job is like, just being there in front of the camera, but
Okay.
it doesn't require a lot of talking. But today I have to be in front of the camera and also talk. So, yeah.
But you can just forget the camera part because it's like two friends having a conversation. That's the major point, right?
Yeah.
We are discussing problems, ranting, issues,
Yeah.
fun times, good times, bad times. All
And
of
it's
it
great if someone gets to learn something out of it. So, yeah, let's do it.
So it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this.
Me
And
too.
you and me, we have known each other for good, 3-4 years now? Did
Yeah,
we meet after
around-
COVID or before COVID?
We met after COVID. Like, I had heard about you a lot from
Okay.
other people.
Okay.
But I think the first time we met was Vaishali's shoot. No. That was a skincare brand shoot.
Oh, but I
But
was
you
not
were not
shooting.
shooting, you
I
were
was
just
just
there.
directing that shoot.
Like we
Yes.
got to know each other then. And the first time we shot was Vaishali's shoot.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah.
Wow,
It's
you
been
remember.
3 years.
I didn't remember that part.
I clearly remember.
I hope you heard good things about me earlier.
Yes. All the good things.
Perfect. Chalo, very nice. So today when we are meeting, I thought that we can talk about families since you're a model.
Yeah.
And you're a model based out of Hyderabad at this point.
Yes.
And so how is that like? And you come from a Muslim family, so what is it like?
So how I started modeling was like I was at NIFT,
Okay.
and when you're at NIFT, your seniors make you model for their projects, and that is what I was doing. And I thought, oh, I'm a model now. But then they signed me up for Miss India in 2016.
Oh, actually, you have been a part of Miss India?
Yes,
2016.
twice. So in
Wow.
2016, I was barely 19, and I honestly did not know what it is or how it works. They
Okay.
signed me up and they sent me for the audition, and I made it.
Okay.
I made it to the zonals where I went to Bangalore, and then I was a part of the pageant, and a very senior model won that, but it was a good experience.
Wow.
That was the first time I ever wore stilettos and then walked the ramp, and it was very exciting and I loved it. But during that pageant, at that time they used to have the bikini rounds. And I wore a bikini for the photo shoot, and there were some particular family members
They
who
saw it.
who actually went on to the internet. They took a screenshot and they printed those pictures and distributed in the family, saying that, oh my God, look at this girl, she has lost it, she's going to hell, she's characterless. Things like that
Holy
happen.
shit.
Now imagine the trauma a 19-year-old girl would go through if something like this happened.
What did your parents say for that?
So my mom was little bit against it
Okay.
because she's like, oh my God, this is not a part of a culture. We sent you there to study. Why would you do this? But my dad was like, why not try? I mean, if you have made it till there, so go ahead. And my dad was sharing, so you had to get votes on your picture to win.
Of course.
And my dad was sharing the links, and like I was in the top 2 or top 3 for the voting. Yes, because my dad was
Amazing.
really supportive.
Amazing.
So my parents were okay. It was my, chachi, chacha, nani,
there it is.
all these. Nani was still
Are they
okay.
still like that, or now they are fine supportive?
I
with your
mean,
work?
now if they say something, they get it back from me.
Okay.
Back then, I was a very
You're just a child
quiet,
at that
naive
time.
kid. Yeah. So I was like, oh, if they're saying I'm bad, I might
But I
be
can't believe it.
bad.
They distributed your pictures. That's,
Yeah, they
that's
did.
shitty, man.
Oh God.
Family members, you shouldn't be doing that shit.
Yes.
Very wrong.
It was very traumatizing, and
Okay.
it did affect my mom badly, because wherever she used to go to some family functions, they would come and talk bad to her that, oh, you did not give good education to your daughter, and that's why she became like this. So at one point I was so upset that I ended up writing an open letter on my Facebook, because Facebook was big at that time.
Okay.
And it was titled "The Life of a Muslim Girl Turned Model," and I slept after writing that. It was just a ranting that I did, that how people should not be like this to someone who's trying to achieve their dream or do something different from the culture.
Okay.
And next morning when I wake up, it was on Times of India and every other major website,
Wow.
without my consent, of course.
Oh shit.
Yeah, everyone published it, and it was extremely viral, and I was getting calls for interviews. Yeah, and I was
Wow.
19.
That's quite a this thing, man. Wow.
Yeah.
काफी बड़ी बन गई थी तुम उस टाइम ही.
हाँ, तो उस टाइम पे I was getting a very mixed kind of reaction. A lot of Muslims were like, wow, you are not getting oppressed and you are bringing the Muslim women forward. And a lot of them were like, you are bringing down the name of Islam and things like that.
Oh, I had no idea about this part.
Yeah, I don't
And
really
I've
talk
chilled with
about
you so
it
much.
much.
आज मुझे
Yes.
पहली बार ये सब मालूम पड़ रहा है. बताओ यार.
Yeah,
हद
I
हो
don't
गई.
really discuss that anymore, but yeah.
Oh, that was bad. That was bad.
It was very bad.
But quite a thing. At least you had the balls to go up and then
Yeah.
write it down and then.
Yeah. I mean, at that time, I was not thinking rationally. It was mostly because I was just angry and I
Okay.
wanted to vent out that,
Okay.
stop bothering my parents. It was
Uh-huh.
more like that.
Okay.
And I obviously couldn't go to my chachi and say that, why are you doing this to me? So I just wrote it down. And then, yeah, got a lot of support. Mostly it
Okay.
was positive.
Okay. But what did your parents say after that? Were they fine with it? Or
Initially,
were you
they
still
were
trying to put your
panicking,
parents down? Or family down, sorry.
Initially, they were panicking, but when I
Okay.
started getting calls for interviews and I was giving interviews, and they saw that I am promoting women empowerment and I'm talking good stuff only about Islam, then
You're
they
not
were
putting
like,
the Islam down. For
yes,
that,
because that was never my intention. My intention was to bring down people who use any religion to put women down. That was my point. And then my parents were like, okay, we are proud of you. Yeah.
Not bad, not bad. What happened after that?
After that, I think they just stopped saying anything, at least to our faces.
Okay.
Then it was more like behind
At least
the
your
back.
family members are not.
Yeah,
not
I
behind you
mean,
anymore.
yeah, they're not
Okay.
bothering my parents anymore
Okay.
because they know that I earn and I support my family and I have made a name for myself, at least in Hyderabad. And like, I wouldn't say Hyderabad, I would say Telangana, mostly in South. I think there isn't a brand or a designer that I wouldn't have worked with. And
Yeah.
within 5 to 6 years achieving that, it feels great.
It feels nice,
Yeah.
nice. And plus, you recently won an award also.
Yes.
I was following up with that. That's quite a
That-
thing.
that-
How did that happen? What happened? What is the story behind this?
So it's called the Telangana Artist Award.
Okay.
And it's like a community of people who come together to award different categories of artists, like painters and influencers, makeup artists, photographers, videographers, many. So I had not nominated myself, someone else did. And yeah,
nice.
they told me that they're nominating me, and if I'm available on those dates, I said I will be available, and I ended up winning that award.
Not bad.
Yeah, Model of the Year, felt
Wow,
great.
that's good. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so
I'm very
much.
happy for you.
Thank
Photographer किसको दिया?
I think I missed that part. I wasn't there. I just went.
But
I
मेरे को
took
तो
my
call नहीं आया
award.
भाई.
I
Just
think you're
kidding.
more of a pan-India level and
Yeah.
not just Telangana.
Okay. अच्छा.
So yeah, something
Thanks.
bigger is there
Thanks for
for you.
making me feel good. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. But that's good. That was very good to see that you won an award. It was
Thank
really
you so
nice and
much.
I'm very happy that we are doing something of that sort also that pushes all the artists.
Yeah.
And now more than anything else, I feel that
That is true.
it
because
gives you achievement and then you want to do more after that
Yeah,
because you just won an
exactly.
award. Now you want to
Because
prove a point.
honestly, models never get any recognition.
Yeah, they don't.
Right? Your face might
Especially
be
in
very
Hyderabad,
known.
to nothing, zero.
Your face might be known, but nobody will know your name, right? We know so many supermodels by their faces because we have seen them in so many ads and shoots, but we don't know their names.
True.
So yeah, it feels nice to be awarded for your achievements.
Not bad. Good to
Yeah.
see that. Very nice. But क्या बोलते हैं? Didn't you ever plan to get into acting since you're already modeling and you have already known a lot of people? And then Tollywood is a big industry, for the matter of fact.
I mean, I really never really thought of getting into movies. But if some project comes to me which I feel resonates with me and my personality, then I would definitely give it
But
a
can you
shot.
act?
I have done some ads.
Oh yeah, I've seen those ads. I've seen
Yeah,
those ads.
so I mean, with little bit of help and workshops, I think I can do it.
Nice. But do you think Hyderabad has completely changed over the years? After COVID, it has especially changed. Now the amount of work has increased, or do you think no, nothing of that sort?
I mean, work-wise, the amount of work might have increased, but the commercials still stay the same
Okay.
and pretty less sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I wouldn't say the work is a lot. It's just that the number of good models is less, because
that's
of which the work keeps rotating between the few.
That's there. And
Yeah.
actually, every time I'm working in Hyderabad, this is the problem. We have the same models. Problem is that I want to work with you, right? I love
Yeah.
your face and I love a lot of other models' face also. The thing what
Yeah.
happens is ki we end up creating same pictures because we have the same faces.
Yeah.
And the jewelry brand के लिए same तीन चार चेहरे ही आएंगे डिजाइनर के लिए सेम तीन चार चेहरे आएंगे
Exactly.
which I'm not against any model. I love them all. In fact, all the models in Hyderabad are very dear friends.
Yeah.
Especially I work with most of them.
Yes,
So they
yes.
all are very dear friends. But हर बार ये issue होता है we don't have a new model. तो ज्वेलरी ब्रांड के लिए फिर ये सेम फेसेस रहते हैं फिर उसका भी फेस यहाँ पर है इसका भी फेस यहाँ पर है तो we end up creating
And
same
you know what?
images.
Many times it happens that you would not be aware of it, but the jewelry brand and the clothing brand will be collaborating.
And that's
right.
That's
and
painful,
you
man.
are getting paid by just the clothing brand, let's say.
Yes.
And you end up being on the board holding for the jewelry brand. Now
Also.
the another jewelry brand which wanted to shoot with you by paying you don't want to work with you because your face is used for some other brand. So that also happens
Yeah, that
so
happens.
often.
But I mean, why do you agree to such work then? How do you say
The
no to
thing
that?
is, most of the times we're not told in advance that it's going to be a collaborative shoot. When you reach there, obviously you can't be like, no, I'm not going to do it because you're not backed up by any agency and you can't throw a tantrum like that
Of course
in
you
Hyderabad.
can't.
Because
But right now you're backed up with an agency,
yeah,
so now you
I'm
can talk
working
all
with,
of this.
Yes, now I'm working with Runway Lifestyle. So now I can, but most of the times they never tell you in advance. So after going there, you can still tell them that okay, if I'm doing so many looks, I would charge separately. But most of the times they don't agree. They would rather go for someone else. You know,
Of
get
course they
someone
will.
else.
They will definitely. They're like मिल जाएंगे वो दो तीन मिल
हाँ,
जाएंगे.
they'll say we'll get someone in 1/3 of what you're charging. Why should we pay you?
Anyways, they don't pay a lot. देखा
Anyways,
जाए
they
तो
don't pay
very
a lot.
honestly.
Like you have to bargain like you're in a fish market many times. So it's not easy.
Well, I think that's the thing everywhere. It's just not in Hyderabad. It's all over the country. I
Yeah.
think in Bombay also most of the time they don't have budgets. Budget तो कभी था भी नहीं पहले भी. But I just feel that yeah, budget went completely down after COVID.
COVID, yes.
Yeah, that really ruined the market. But at the same
Because
time, it gave
see,
a lot of work
a lot
also to
of
people.
us like freelancers, we have exhausted our savings during COVID, right?
Yes, we
and
did.
we have to agree to work for smaller budgets also because well, we
course.
have to make a living.
Yeah, of course. And if you're sitting free and you have nothing to do, then probably
You
might
would
as well
rather work.
right? That,
Unless the budget is very low, then I would not work because that is going to affect my prices in the long run.
but sometimes your friends they do take up very cheap limit.
Some of my friends do. Some of the people that I know they do, which does affect our work, which does affect the market, and it's. I wouldn't say it's a very nice thing to do, but then maybe from the place where they're coming from, maybe it is okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean I don't know their perspective, right?
I mean yeah, of course we do know the perspective, and I somehow feel that कि sometimes क्या बोलते हैं ना, what I've realized over the years is that क्या बोलते हैं in recent times most of the work is going on Instagram.
Yeah.
Right, and then आप कितना भी कर लो, but they can't pay you a lot for Instagram posts because end of the day it's just Instagram. I get the point that they're making a lot of money out of it, no doubt about it, but it's not going on a print. Most of the work is not going on a print, so they do not want to spend that amount of money, and that becomes an issue because for a client, what I have seen is that when you hire a model, you hire a makeup artist, you hire a hairstylist, you hire a photographer, and then you're trying to take a location also, and then you need food and what do you call
A lot of production.
lot of productions. I mean, let's say they're not even hiring a production house. Let's just say that they're doing this all on their own. तब भी नहीं करके भी 4-5 लाख रुपए तो minimum basic amount है they have to spend for that one day, right? So I mean, all these new designers who are there, I mean, maybe they are selling those clothes for 50,000, 70,000, 80,000, but they haven't started selling it yet. And I'm talking about all these newcomers. I'm not talking about big brands. I'm talking about these new designers. So they don't have the money to put in. They don't have the capacity to put up so much money all at once, but they still are doing it. So that's also a good thing to see. Somehow I just feel that it's good that they're doing it because end of the day there's a lot of work for people.
Yeah, it's generating
not
more work.
not for you today, but maybe there's a new model who's just coming up and she might like to do it for half of the half price, maybe quarter, and that might be good for them because they are getting a work. At the same time, for photographers also, like there are people they just charge 5,000, 6,000 for the whole day shoot, right? They do it, but then end of the day, they are getting the work, and for them that 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 is a lot.
That's
compared
true.
to
I mean,
what
see,
I'm
I have
charging.
also started I think I got 7,000 paid for my first shoot. I was still in college and it felt a lot because it was my pocket money at that time. So when it was not my primary source of income, it did feel amazing to earn even that small amount. But when you have progressed to a point and now you have certain responsibilities, and since have a lot of pets to look after. I have a family and I have other responsibilities of
course,
strays and all.
of course.
So I do want to meet my expectations of earning a certain amount per month, which will only happen if I set my foot down that this is
You
the
have
bare
to.
minimum that I will charge.
That you have to, and your lifestyle changes, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you are the same girl who was,
Of course.
who was in school
So
and
many
college back
times,
then.
some brands who worked with me like 4 or 5 years ago, they would approach me and they would ask me how much would you charge for a day, and I would tell them, and they'll be like, but last time you shot with us for this much, and I would
Price
say,
तो बढ़ेगा ना मेरा.
yes, that was 5 years ago. How could you expect me to charge the same now? With all
That's
the
true.
experience that I have grasped, I will not charge the same amount. So they get very offended that why am I charging them, the normal amount.
But do you think that's only because you've become a local model?
I think that is true because my face has been used by so many brands and that local model tag will always be there. So if I move, to
वो
Mumbai.
tag मैंने भी दिया है ऐसे कभी-कभी
है
local
ना?
model है तो.
I know, right? And it's true. Even though
it's
I'm
true.
not even from Hyderabad, I would still be labeled as local
Local
model.
model.
Like whenever a fashion show is happening, all the other models who are coming from different cities, they get, a stay and everything. And local models like myself, we don't get a stay. So when you get small breaks in between, let's say 2 hours, what are we supposed to do? Just roam around and hang out in the lobby of the hotel because we don't get rooms. So local model tags stays there also.
That's bad. But that
Yeah.
happens, I think, in every city. I think in Bombay also or in Delhi also.
Yeah.
If the models are from Bombay and then people are coming from Delhi,
Yeah,
then they
that's
are treated very well. And
Many times when I'm called to different cities for shooting, then wahan ke local models they don't pay enough and they don't treat well and they treat me well. So sometimes it's understandable.
happens.
Yeah.
But then are you trying to move to Bombay right now? What is the
I
scenario
think that is the plan. I would
Okay.
definitely want to, but since I have to move with my bacha party of like
like? Oh
14,
yeah, she has got a lot of cats
yeah,
and
I
dogs.
have
like,
14
oh my.
pets currently, touchwood, 12 cats and 2 dogs.
Plus जो रोड पे हैं वो अलग है.
वो अलग है,
वो
उनका
स्ट्रीट
अलग
वाले
चलता
कुत्ते और
है.
बिल्लियाँ इनकी अलग ही हैं तो कैसे संभाल रहे हो? How you handle all of these guys?
So,
What's happening with your
street
pets and
dogs?
dogs?
I have hired a person who cooks food and feeds them every day, and he
Okay.
sends me pictures, and I pay him monthly.
Yeah.
And there are some stray cats that I feed and I sterilize, and all these dogs and cats are sterilized, so they
Okay.
will not end up reproducing more, or and I vaccinate
Why
them.
do you do that to them?
I do that so that what happens is more and more dogs and cats keep increasing, but they don't get food or shelter. So many times I see puppies just dying, like they're born and they die, they're born and they die. Cats also, kittens are born, they die of starvation, or they're crossing the road, someone drives over them, electrocutions, so many times. So all the cats and dogs that I have sterilized, touch wood, they're still healthy and living a very healthy, hopefully long life.
Okay.
And also it decreases the risk of getting prostate cancer in males and uterus cancer in females, which is very common in cats and dogs in their older age.
I had no idea about that.
Yeah. I think now I'm at this point I'm at a level of paravet. I can give vaccines to dogs.
Okay, you
Yeah.
should start then. क्या कर रही हो?
है ना, I should do a diploma course. Yeah, I should do
कोर्स करके
that.
आगे बढ़ो लाइफ में.
है ना? I
करना
think I
चाहिए.
should try.
वही करना चाहिए तुमको. अच्छा है. But then will you be getting all your cats here, Bombay?
Definitely, I can't leave them behind.
पूरी गाड़ी के अंदर भर के एकदम.
है ना? I'll have to book a mini bus.
चलो साथ में चलते हैं.
साथ चलते मुंबई.
अब बॉम्बे में तुमको ऐसा घर ढूंढना पड़ेगा. एक तो
बड़ा
बॉम्बे इतना
सा.
महंगा.
I know.
उसमें तुमको 14 कुत्ते बिल्लियों को पकड़ के रखना है.
I think for now Mud Island is in my mind.
Should.
So let's
बता दो
see.
एड्रेस भी पूरा बता दो. आ जाएंगे लोग. ये लड़की को पकड़ो चलो उसके घर चलते हैं अभी.
Guys, no stalking.
Anyways, we were talking about your cats and dogs. But how is it like to stay with so many cats and dogs? Does it become difficult for you to live in your own house?
No, not in general.
I mean, अभी तो तुम बोल नहीं पाओगी ऐसे कैमरा के सामने.
नहीं, honestly.
सच्चाई बात तो तुम बोल भी नहीं पाओगी ऐसे
नहीं
लग रहा है
सच
मेरे
बात
को.
तो ये see if I had a small house it would be difficult but I live in a huge 3 BHK. It's a very old apartment so the rooms are spacious and it's a very big space, 3 balconies, so I honestly don't even feel I have so many animals.
Oh.
Yeah.
तो प्राइवेसी मिल जाती है इनसे.
Dogs से तो कभी नहीं मिलती है. Dogs always want to be around you, but
Yes.
cats are like, oh, I just
Cats are
want a little
chill.
bit of petting, and then I'm going. So cats are more of they like to
They
set
already have their own
boundaries.
attitude. They just want
Yeah.
food and then they're good.
No, my cats like love, so they want petting. They'll come to me, they'll purr, they'll knead on my stomach, on my hair, they'll lick me, they do all that. But from dogs, I never get the space. Like, especially my older one, Mellow, he always wants to be around me. So I never get space from him.
My cats are very weird. Like, they either want food, or once in a while, when they really are looking for something, they'll just come lick my face and then they'll sleep. So my cats are fine. Dog, yeah, if I'm there, he's always around me, or my
Yeah?
sister. He doesn't leave us at
What's your
all.
dog's name?
His name is Choco.
Choco.
I really wanted to name him something else, but my sister like, nahi, Choco hi bulayenge. I was like,
But why Choco? Like,
I have no
does it have
idea.
a meaning?
I have no fucking idea. She just named him Choco.
So
It doesn't even look like Choco. Bloody thing. It looks like an old man. It's a Shih Tzu.
I feel it gets difficult for me when I have a very early morning call time, and that's like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. And then I have to wake up and feed so many animals, and everyone has different diets, needs. So that
Usually
gets
people
difficult.
have a workout to do. You have your cats and dogs to feed.
Yes, yes, that is like a mini workout. It's definitely cardio for me.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, like, I used to have a paralyzed puppy. His name was Bobo.
Okay.
So when I had him, then it was certainly more difficult because he cannot urinate on his own. So I have to lift him, make him compress his bladder, make him urinate 3-4 times a day. So that's was
crazy,
tough.
man.
Yeah, then he passed
Who
away.
take
last
them for
year.
walks then if you're busy
So
all
one
day?
of my female dog, that's Dobby, she does not like going out. She hates the outside. She hates it completely.
Okay.
So she likes to poop in cat's litter box. Yes.
Wow.
And my older dog, I take him for out for walks every day.
What
twice
if
a
you're
day.
not free?
So when I'm not free, they usually don't go for a walk like for a day. But I make sure to make up for that the next day by taking him out twice or thrice. And when
Okay.
I'm traveling for more than 2-3 days, then more than a day, then I drop them at a boarding where they get all the love and cuddles, and they get to go for walks also.
But that must be costing you a lot, right?
So since that boarding is owned by a fellow rescuer who's also a friend, they don't charge me as much, and also my dogs are rescued indie dogs. But yeah, it does cost me a lot when I'm off, out of the city for a long time.
Wow. So you're supporting your family. You're also looking after 13-14 cats and dogs.
Yeah.
And also you're looking after a lot of cats and dogs on the street.
Yeah.
And then you're feeding them properly. And then also you are
My own expenses.
your own expenses. And
Being
then
a model, you have to spend on skincare,
Of course.
hair care, clothes.
So that goes without saying.
Yes.
So मतलब कितना पैसा चाहिए आपको महीने में सस्टेन करने के लिए? सेविंग्स की बात मैं बाद में करूँगा.
Okay. Sustain करने के लिए I think 1.2.
तो आपको मिनिमम चाहिए.
हाँ.
Right now living in Hyderabad, not in
Yeah,
Bombay.
in
If you're in
Hyderabad.
Bombay, then I think it's triple then.
I know, right?
It's not even double, it's triple.
So unless I have some lottery coming in, I don't think I should move to Mumbai.
बहुत पैसा चाहिए, पैसा.
I know.
Okay, so now it's a lot of expenses. So why do you do what you do then? Why?
It's
Why all of
more-
it?
It's more of like a calling.
Okay.
A calling that I can't ignore, because if I do ignore it, I end up feeling miserable and depressed for the
And
rest of the
guilty.
day.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I cannot, like, if I see an injured animal, I have to help it. Even if I'm feeling exhausted mentally, emotionally, financially, I still do it because I know if I don't do it, it's gonna affect me badly.
दिल नहीं मानता, दिल है कि मानता नहीं.
वही चीज़ है.
It's like a relationship you have and you just can't get over it.
Yeah, it's more of like that. Yeah.
Okay, but and then how about your savings? Are you saving? I mean, see, of
I mean,
course,
I
end of the
try
day,
to.
you're a model, and I know you know for a fact that we are freelancers, and over the period of
Yeah.
time, you will want to figure something else for
There are-
yourself. So how is your saving working then?
Some months are very good work-wise and some are very bad. So whatever savings I make up in the months that are good, I end up exhausting them in the months which are not good. So it's almost like a love-hate relationship with the savings. It's never too much.
Okay.
It's always enough.
But you're only saving up for coming 2-3 months, not
Yeah, it's more
not
like
as
that.
in, not as in like
It's not like I can
अगले
buy
साल
an
कुछ हो जाएगा तो
apartment
tension नहीं है.
in Mumbai, like not like that. But definitely somewhere.
Okay. That's tough, man. That's quite tough.
Yeah.
It gets really tough. And then I keep thinking about, like, last time also when we were talking over a coffee, we were talking, and I was
Yeah.
like, how is this girl doing all of that? मतलब लगता है ना कि इतना पैसे मैं बचा के maybe I'll travel around, I'll do this, I'll do
Yeah.
that, but that's not
A
the
lot
dream
of
what you
things
have.
I have to give up upon. That's true.
Okay. But that's not the dream you have, or you have certain dreams.
Yeah,
but then
that
you
is
can't.
not the dream I have.
Okay.
Maybe I do want to have like a huge ranch in the countryside where I have all my pets running around freely.
That's your dream.
Like, yeah.
Awesome.
In some place like Goa, maybe.
Okay.
That is my dream.
But you're content right now with whatever you have, how much ever you have.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's enough for you.
Yeah.
Not bad. Very good. Yeah. Wow. ज़्यादा बड़ी भी नहीं है लड़की, ऑलरेडी मैच्योर हो चुकी है. इतना मैच्योरिटी तो मेरे में नहीं है यार.
ये 19 साल में जो ट्रॉमा मिला था उससे आया ये मैच्योरिटी.
समझ में आ गया. ये फैमिली वालों को थैंक यू बोलना चाहिए.
है ना? I know. I got somewhere because of them.
Good. Thank you family. आपने बना दिया लड़की को, एकदम बड़ा कर दिया आपने. But anyways, you're telling me about surgeries. So when you were getting into modeling, a lot of guys they came to you and they told you should get a surgery done. What was that story like? What exactly happened?
It was funny. So I was called by some agency, kind of a people. I don't remember the name of that brand, but they called me. It's somewhere on road number 13, Banjara Hills. I'm forgetting the name, but yeah. And there was this uncle kind of guy, and who apparently owns the agency or ad company, whatever it is. And he's like, "See, you're pretty, but you still need to do some work in your face. See, your nose is not perfect and your lips are not that great. If you work on this, maybe you can become something. Maybe you will become a model." And at that time, I was not like a professional model. I was still in college, second year. And I freaked out. And his intention was basically that I would, provide you these services of getting the surgeries or whatever, and you have to be with me like a sugar baby or something of that concept.
He wanted to become your sugar daddy.
Yeah, he wanted to be my sugar daddy.
Oh shit.
So that was his idea, and I really freaked out and I didn't know how to react. So I went back to my hostel and I was like, what do I do? He's gonna call me. What do I say? And I was ignoring the calls because I didn't have the balls to call him and say that, what you said is unethical and unprofessional and I'm going to report you. I didn't know that mattered. And I really thought that if he said I need work done to be a model, maybe I really need it. And I freaked out. So he kept calling me and I made my roommate talk to him saying that she's in the hospital, she's sick, she can't talk, because I really didn't know what to say. And now when I look back upon this, I'm like, I should have said something, I should have done something, but it's okay. I mean, maybe he didn't need that much attention. Yeah.
Okay. That was quite a thing, but I'm sure that happens with a lot of girls.
I think it does happen with a lot of girls that they are told that you need to change a certain thing about yourself to become a model. But I think modeling industry has become way more inclusive. Like the more unique you are, the more chances you have of becoming big.
Yeah, that I've seen.
It's not just about having a pretty face. It's about having a unique face.
Yeah. I think me as a photographer also, I'm always looking for a unique face. Of course, we are always looking for a pretty face for a different kind of work. At the same time, we're also looking for a unique face.
That's true.
Because that interesting face could be something else, right?
Exactly.
So I think that's very important. And ये ना I think ये दिमाग में डाल देते हैं बचपन में लोगों के, and that's when these girls they want to get surgeries done.
Yeah, nowadays girls want to get things done so early. At that time, your brain is not even fully developed. So you might not even know the repercussions or the consequences of the choices you make at 18.
True.
Because probably 6 years down the lane or 8 years down the lane, you're going to regret it. You're going to be like, maybe if I had not changed that about myself, that particular feature would look better with this matured face of mine. So I used to hate my nose, honestly.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Why? It's a beautiful nose.
I mean, it's not as sharp as I would want it to be. But over time, when I learned to contour it the way that I like it, now I love it. I mean, I think
it looks nice.
Yeah, I love everything about my face now. Yeah. Or maybe I just learned how to work with my face and posing and lighting and angles. So I think now I'm content with what
How did you learn posing? Like, did you work with a lot of photographers back then, or you just did a lot of practice also on your own?
I think I kept learning it from my different shoots that kept happening, and I kept seeing, okay, in this makeup doesn't suit me, or this look doesn't suit me, or this angle is not working for me. And by taking selfies and pictures and self-portraits, I think that helped me understand. Yeah. It does take a lot of time. You do not become perfect in the first 2-3 years. It takes a lot of time for you to become good at your job.
Okay, that's true. I think modeling is very tough. Recently I've been trying to pose in front of the camera, And then,
Yeah, I
and
saw
then,
the portraits.
and then
They were
I
pretty
know for a
good.
fact that it's very difficult. It's hard. It's insanely difficult.
Yeah.
But मैं try करता हूँ because मेरे को ऐसा लगता है photos होनी चाहिए. I'll tell you why I do this is also because as a photographer, it is very easy for me to tell you to do a pose, right?
Yes.
Many times, but I should also know how to pose. So I do this practice so that at least if I'm telling if I can do it, you should be able to do it.
I know, right? I tell that to all of the people that if I can do it, you can do it too, because it's difficult for me to do things. So, by the way, if you were not a photographer, what do you think you would be today?
There's so much, man.
know.
I was trying to do tattooing. I was trying to sing. I was trying to repair computers. I was also doing event management here and there.
You've done that also.
I've done that. मतलब एक time में ना, so for me ना, I'll tell you what happened when I came from Nepal. When we came to India, we had nothing. We were like zero. We were very down. I mean, we had a very 1 BHK apartment, families living in one small house. But it was a very difficult time for us, and I did not take a pocket money from my father at all, from the age of 14 or 13 maybe. And I've been earning since then. तो मेरे को पैसा पहले चाहिए था. तो मेरे को जहाँ से काम आता था मैं वहाँ चले जाता था कि अच्छा ठीक है तुम्हारा कंप्यूटर रिपेयर करना 500 रुपये मिलेगा डन आई बी देयर. अच्छा तुमको इंस्टॉल करके देना XP हाँ डुप्लीकेट लेके आना है मैं तो आई यूज्ड टू इंस्टॉल दिस डुप्लीकेट XP एंड विंडोज इन देयर कंप्यूटर्स एंड आई यूज्ड टू चार्ज 500 रुपीज एंड दिस टू पे मी आई एम लाइक हाँ चलेगा मेरे को 500 रुपये दिन का किसको बोलते हैं. And I was just,
उस age पे, उस
and I was
time पे
yeah,
it was
I was
a big
13,
deal.
14 years old back then, right?
It's a
In my,
big
I
deal.
think I was in my 9th
So
grade.
were you saving up that money or were you just spending it?
See day to day base का था ना life. Saving तो क्या ही करता था मैं उस time मतलब I have to live and luckily I just don't remember a time when I was a kid that I had problems with the money because if I wanted to go watch a movie or I wanted to catch an auto or wanted to buy candy for
and
myself.
if you want to take your girlfriend out for a dinner.
Yeah, I had money.
Okay.
I always had money and I had girlfriend then also.
Oh, you
in
did?
my 9th grade I had a girlfriend, a very
No
pretty
way.
one, very pretty one. So I was like मतलब I was living a good life then also. मतलब I've been trying to live my life good guys. But thing was कि पैसा जहाँ से भी आएगा मैं कर लूँगा.
Okay.
तो when I started doing events is when I realized कि इवेंट करने से आपको दिन का 1000 रुपये मिलता है.
Okay.
एक बेसिक तो you go to you have these events in what you call malls where you know give pamphlets to everybody है ना, come to the stage play games with us.
Right.
तो उसके 1000 रुपये दिन के मिलते थे. तो and then I realized कि उसके जो दूसरे साइड में जो लोग हैं जो इनको लेके आ रहे हैं
उनको और
मैन
ज़्यादा मिल रहे
पावर
होंगे.
वो तो कमीशन खा रहे हैं.
हाँ.
ठीक है तो मेरे को मालूम पड़ा कि एक बंदे के ऊपर 500 से 1000 रुपये कमा सकता है. तो मैंने क्या किया मेरे तो कॉलेज के स्कूल के जितने भी दोस्त थे आई वाज स्टडिंग इन हैदराबाद एंड आई यूज्ड टू व्हाट यू कॉल स्टडी नियर सैनिकपुरी.
Okay.
सैनिकपुरी के पास में बहुत सारे तमिल लड़के थे, लॉट ऑफ तमिल बॉयज एंड एवरीबॉडी इज रियली वांटेड टू मेक मनी. और दिन का तुम उनको बोलोगे 500 रुपये मिलने वाला है. सॉरी गाइज मैंने तुम्हें लूटा है बट अब मैं तुम्हें बता रहा हूँ दिन के 500 रुपये तुम उनको बोलोगे मिलेगा तुमको, वो लोग सब छोड़ छाड़ के आ जाएंगे. मेरे को ना 2000 रुपये का बजट मिलता था पर लड़के पे. है ना मैंने मतलब 5 लड़के इस इवेंट में, 10 लड़के इस इवेंट में, 20 लड़के उस इवेंट में, 5 लड़के इस इवेंट में, मतलब दिन में मैं कम से कम 50 से 60 लड़कों को बिजी रख रहा था. है ना एंड आई वाज मेकिंग 1500 रुपीज पर पर्सन.
That's very smart.
I know,
and
right?
how old were you then?
I think I was in my 11th or 12th. I was in my 12th grade at that time.
So
I was in my 12th
16,
grade.
17.
16, 17. 16 years old. 15, 16.
तो
के.
मतलब तब से ये बिजनेस वाला दिमाग
तो मतलब I'm मारवाड़ी मैन. लाइक अगर तुम मेरे को बोलोगे पैसा कमाना है मैं कमा लूंगा.
कहीं से भी कमा
कमाए पैसा तो मैं कहीं से भी कमा लूंगा. द ओनली थिंग इज आई डू इट फॉर फन. व्हाटएवर आई डू आई जस्ट डू इट फॉर फन. अगर मैं पैसे वाला माइंड लेके बैठूंगा
and
तो फिर आई
imagine
स्टार्ट
being
अर्निंग.
good at doing something and you're just doing it for fun.
या दैट्स ऑल. सो उस टाइम में मेरे को मजा आता था कि यार पैसे मिल रहे हैं इसमें बहुत मजा आता था. तो आई यूज्ड टू डू दैट. तो इट हैज ऑलवेज बीन अबाउट कि पैसा तो चाहिए. सो आई कीप मनी एज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ माई लाइफ. आई नीड इट.
Yeah.
Whether the clothes I want to wear, I want to have a certain lifestyle, I want to travel, whatever I want to do, it's you need money, and that's something you can't say no कि नहीं चाहिए
I
पैसा.
don't know how people say that money is not happiness.
Money is happiness.
The happiness.
It is the happiness, and it's
No matter how much you say, you need money for literally everything.
for everything.
You need it.
You need it, and it's very difficult. I mean, I myself say कि पैसे के पीछे भागने का नहीं है, but at the same time, I need to be able to make money, right?
Yeah. See,
अगर
I'm
मैं
not saying that I want to be a billionaire, but I still want to have all the requirements met.
हाँ, and then you have certain choices of your life that this is how I want to live my life.
I
अगर वही नहीं
shouldn't
जी
have
पाऊंगा तो
to
मतलब क्या
cut
है?
down on things. I shouldn't have to be like I really want to buy that, but I can't buy that. It should not be like that.
I keep telling my assistants also. ये लोग बहुत बार बोलते हैं कि मैं 20,000 का जूता नहीं लूंगा. मैं बोलता हूँ how can you not have such dreams?
Yeah.
I have told you, right? I keep telling them you need to have such dreams.
Because
तभी
I
तुम
think that's
कमाओगे.
when you want to grow and work harder.
नहीं तो नहीं कर पाओगे, नहीं तो आप अगर आप वही सोचते रह जाओगे तो आप छोटे रह जाओगे। बट जब तक आपके माइंड में आप बैठाओगे नहीं कि नहीं मेरे को लेना है, मेरे को कोई जूते लेने हैं, मेरे को कोई चप्पल भी लेने, मे बी यार मैं नहीं बोल रहा हर बार 15,000 रुपये स्पेंड करो, हर बार 20,000 रुपये स्पेंड करो, बट एट द सेम टाइम
लेकिन अपना मन नहीं मारना
हाँ
चाहिए।
अपना अगर तुम्हारा मन हो रहा है तो तुम बोल सकते हो कि हाँ मैं ले लूंगा, पर मेरा मन नहीं है, मेरे को पैसे स्पेंड नहीं करना दूसरी बात हो जाती है, बट मेरा मन है, बट मैं कब लूंगा क्योंकि मेरी औकात नहीं है, वो वाली बात नहीं कर सकते तुम,
मन नहीं है,
वो तुम नहीं कर सकते, तुम औकात की बात मत करो, तुम औकात तो अपनी बना लोगे। दैट्स आई फील दैट्स समथिंग विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू टू रियलाइज फॉर योरसेल्फ कि दैट्स नॉट द लाइफस्टाइल आई एम लुकिंग फॉर, आई वांट टू हैव अ ग्रेट लाइफस्टाइल, नॉट मे बी आई एम नॉट सेइंग यू नीड टू बी बिकम अंबानी, you know, but at the same time कुछ तो तुम्हारे choices life के होने चाहिए ना कि पूरा
See,
minimalism।
if you want to take a vacation, you should not be like, अरे यार इस महीने तो नहीं हो पाएगा। You should be able to take it.
Exactly.
If you need a break from work, you should be able to take it without thinking too much.
Yes, and that's something which I really feel होना चाहिए। At the same time कभी-कभी होता है मेरे साथ भी कि नहीं हो पाता है। There are many times ऐसा नहीं है कि हर बार निकल सकते हैं। It's impossible at the same time, but I try, है ना, and I really try a lot, very honestly. I whatever have करते हैं, but फिर भी मुश्किल हो ही जाता है end of the day.
ये तो है।
In 2-3 months you have certain
Because
months.
earnings के हिसाब से lifestyle भी upgrade होता रहता है ना।
Exactly. तो खर्चे भी वैसे ही होते हैं और then you can't help it, and at the same time there's so much going on. ऐसा ही नहीं है कि बस just the lifestyle, you have to pay for many other expenses. And once you start living on your own,
overhead expenses are more than the basic expenses.
हर बार बढ़ते हैं, हर बार बढ़ते हैं।
एंड महंगाई बढ़ती जा रही है, पेट्रोल डीजल सब कुछ कितना महंगा है, ग्रोसरीज।
और तुमको तो एक्स्ट्रा प्राइस मिल नहीं रहे, तुम कैसे बढ़ा रहे हो पैसे?
वही हमारे पैसे तो वही रह रहे हैं।
क्या करेंगे बताओ? क्लाइंट को बोलो यार पेट्रोल का रेट बढ़ गया, मेरा भी रेट बढ़ गया।
भाई सुनते ही नहीं है यार। अभी रिसेंटली एक डिज़ाइनर मुझसे बोल रही है कितने पैसे लोगे इतने कपड़ों के, मैंने बोला इतने। मैंने ये भी पूछा रील्स हैं क्या, उन्होंने कहा हाँ। मैंने कहा उसका अलग से चार्ज करूँगी बिकॉज शी इज़ जस्ट शूटिंग लाइक 3-4 आउटफिट्स, तो बजट वॉज एनी वे नॉट अ लॉट। And then she said, okay, do your own makeup. I said, I'll charge separately for that. She's like, why? It's just base and just eye makeup. Why would you charge separately? I said, because it's not my job. I'm doing it at someone else's job. So I will charge separately. I'll charge very minimum amount for it, but I'll charge. And then she got so pissed. She's like, so are you going to charge separately to get your footwear? Are you going to charge separately to get your undergarments? Are you going to charge separately to come to the studio? Are you going to charge separately to come for the fittings? And I'm like, calm down.
She said,
please.
yes. Actually, fittings ke liye they should pay extra, I feel.
They should pay. But see, if the studio is, so I live in an area which is very close to everything. So it's not really difficult for me to go for fittings which is 5 minutes or 10 minutes away. I wouldn't ask you for that $100. But you should have the decency of being kind enough to ask that if I'm coming for the fittings, you should at least offer me something to drink, not just like okay fittings हो गई जाओ, ऐसा थोड़ी होता है। Be respectful.
That's true. I mean, I think they don't realize, they just feel कि हम आपको पैसे दे रहे हैं तो they own you.
They own you. It's more like slavery. उनके दिमाग में रहता है कि हम पैसे दे रहे हैं ना तो काम करो। Yesterday one photographer texted me for a shoot and he's like, this is a full day shoot, 9 to 6 p.m. How much would you charge? I said this much. Next question is, so the number of garments is not fixed, right? As many. And like, what do you mean as many? I'm gonna shoot max to max 8 to 10 garments, not more than that. That too if it's a catalog. If you're gonna do a campaign, then maybe 4 to 5 outfits, not more than that. He's like, but we are finishing it by 9 to 6, then why would you charge separate? I said, just because I am shooting fast, you are able to accommodate more number of outfits, which is not fair because you're gonna make more money selling them.
We should go slow, we should post slowly. That's what I do.
Really?
Let me tell you, आज सारे clients को मालूम पड़ेगा श्रेयांस का trick. So what I do is कि whenever they tell me, no, how many looks? I'm like, unlimited.
Oh.
Unlimited. But then you have seen me work.
Yes.
Each look
takes
I'll take forever. But see, at the same time, no, it's that mind of mine कि नहीं वो अच्छा photo आना बाकी है, it's still there. And I know for a fact that if I'm working with the models, I know personally, especially.
you know you can get
more background.
Yes.
I know for a fact that last time when we were shooting also, I knew for a fact that we can get more better pictures. So
and I think we did get good pictures.
We got some really nice pictures.
Looking forward to
those pictures are retouched. I have to actually send it to the client. I haven't
did
done
they
it.
finalize the pictures?
They did not. Yeah, they took so long, man. I don't know. I've made life so easy right now. I'll send you a link and you just have to rate it. उससे आसान नहीं हो सकता लाइफ, मतलब you don't have to take a screenshots anymore, you don't have to write down the number, you don't have to do anything of that sort, you just have to just rate it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Just star rated. उसमें कितना टाइम लग सकता है?
They apparently rated all the pictures, right?
हाँ, so they rated मतलब half of it. तो आई एम लाइक अब मैं उसको क्या करूँ, मैं मतलब मैं करूँ तो करूँ क्या आपके लिए. मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ कि आप यार एक 80 फोटो सेलेक्ट कर लो, मैं नॉर्मल एडिट कर देता हूँ. 15 से 20 फोटो सेलेक्ट कर लो, मैं रीटच कर देता हूँ. दैट्स द एजेंडा, राइट? कि 20 फोटो से ज़्यादा रीटच मैं कर भी नहीं पाऊंगा, बिकॉज देन यू हैव टू पे एक्स्ट्रा. एडिटिंग में आपको बेसिक करके देता हूँ, बट आप बोलोगे 1000 फोटो रीटच एडिट कर दो, तो मैं पागल नहीं बैठा हूँ ना. आप लोग को इतना दे ही नहीं रहे हो. आई मीन सी, आई एम नॉट अगेंस्ट दिस क्लाइंट, शी इज वेरी वेरी गुड क्लाइंट, नॉट बैड, बट आई एम जस्ट सेइंग ओवरऑल एवरी क्लाइंट दे थिंक लाइक दैट कि सब हो जाएगा. सब हो नहीं पाता है.
And the thing is, what really sucks is sometimes the designers don't pay attention to the expressions and face of the models.
That I was about to ask you that question.
Really?
How do you feel when they just select any random picture?
I mean, I'm like, so many other designers are gonna see that and not hire me because they'll think I look like that. Right? So I think designers should pay attention to the details of the model's face also.
They
I
should.
mean, you can't have the perfect face in all the pictures, right?
They always should.
Sometimes you're about to pose and the picture is clicked. You can't
But
choose
then they're
that
only
picture.
looking for their clothes. क्या कि कपड़ा कैसे दिख रहा है?
It's
बस
not
उनके
fair.
कपड़े अच्छे
As
दिखने
long as
चाहिए.
the model is looking good, the client will want to buy that clothing. If the model is not looking nice, why would they want to buy it? They'll think if the model looks bad, I would look worse. Or I would not look good enough. So they should pay attention to all details.
They never do that. I actually every time when they select the pictures, I'm like ये क्यों select किया आपने? तो then she said नहीं हमारे कपड़े अच्छे दिख रहे हैं. But मैं बोला मॉडल तो अच्छी दिख ही नहीं रही है. But मेरे कपड़े किसी और में अच्छे नहीं दिख रहे हैं.
तो फेस काट दो प्लीज.
पागल हो क्या? मेरे को काम करना पड़ेगा. तो मतलब मैं अब कभी कभी सोचता हूँ, लगता है यार ये क्या बोल रहे हो. If the face is looking nice, तो कपड़ा ऑटोमेटिकली अच्छा दिखेगा. I get your point that कि
यार first of all when you see a hoarding or any picture, your focus goes to the face
first.
and then anywhere else,
And then
right?
anywhere else, that's that.
So face is very important. You
important.
can't mess it up.
बट अभी के टाइम में तो कुछ भी डालते हैं होर्डिंग्स में. मतलब मैं कितने सारे फोटोग्राफर्स के फोटोज में देखता हूँ, मेरे को इतना बुरा लगता है. मेरे साथ तो हो ही चुका है, तो अब मैं कुछ भी नहीं बोलता हूँ. बट आई सी लॉट ऑफ पिक्चर्स एंड लॉट ऑफ मॉडल्स फेसेस एंड आई सी इट ऑल अराउंड एंड आई एम लाइक कितना गंदा फोटो है और चिपका दिया है होर्डिंग में.
Many times I feel like maybe she was trying for something better and that just didn't come across.
And I don't even blame a photographer anymore. Earlier I used to judge photographers, right? कि नहीं यार कितना गंदा फोटोग्राफर है. बट अब मेरे साथ हो चुका है. Now अभी मेरे साथ हो चुका है. फोटोज तो मैंने अच्छे खींच के दिए थे. क्लाइंट ने सिलेक्शन गलत किया है, तो फोटोग्राफर्स की गलती नहीं है, गलती क्लाइंट की है. अब मानो मत मानो, क्लाइंट ने गलती की है यहाँ पर कि सिलेक्शन गंदे कर
इसका कहने का ये मतलब है कि हम चाहे जितनी भी मेहनत कर ले, एट द एंड जो क्लाइंट का मन होगा वही होगा.
हाँ, क्योंकि देखो क्लाइंट को क्वालिटी नहीं चाहिए, क्लाइंट को क्वांटिटी चाहिए आज की डेट में, है ना. they are getting this photo shoot done.
10 pictures of the same outfit and create, I don't know, different types of walls for their Instagram rather than having 2-3 good pictures.
Because that won't help them.
Why?
How will it help them? See, they are not brands like Sabyasachi or क्या बोलते हैं अपना गौरव गुप्ता और लेट्स से मनीष मल्होत्रा, राइट? सो दे आर नॉट ब्रांड्स लाइक दैट. इनको क्या, अब इनको रोज फोटो अपलोड करना है.
अच्छा, तभी they'll be visible.
हाँ, तो अब जैसे मनीष मल्होत्रा के फोटो शूट आप देखो, या सब्यसाची की आप देखते हो, या फिर गौरव गुप्ता के आप देखते हो, या फिर तरुण थलियान के देखते हो, या फिर for that matter of fact even Nikhil and Shantanu, they get their photo shoot done I think every 3 months or every 2 months maybe they're getting a photo shoot done, because like they are doing it back and forth every day. They're hiring new photographers, stylists, and they are spending hell lot of money. I'm sure even they don't have a budget. End of the day the budget they are telling those photographers and those stylists is also less only, है ना. क्योंकि सबका क्या, all the whole team is very expensive, but then they are coming down to work with this brand, है ना.
Exactly.
Maybe if they hire some small photographer, for them it will be a bigger budget. But then when they are hiring those kind of photographers, those kind of models, those kind of stylists, at the same time they are also negotiating with them also, है ना. That negotiation is definitely going on, but then they still can spend that money every 2 months. Whereas these designers, they can't spend that money, because अगर उन्होंने 5 लाख रुपए खर्चा कर दिए एक फोटो शूट पे, मिनिमम है 5 लाख, तो कहीं भी नहीं गए, जाने ही है. तो उनके लिए तो पूरा साल का खर्चा है, पूरा साल का, नेक्स्ट 2 साल का खर्चा है वो तो उसी में काटेंगे वो लोग.
इसलिए उनको चाहिए क्वांटिटी.
उनको क्वांटिटी चाहिए, क्वालिटी से घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, कुछ काम नहीं आएगा क्वालिटी. यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट साइड हसल. बताइए साइड हसल के बारे में.
तो मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत सारे मॉडल्स हैं हैदराबाद में. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट जस्ट फीमेल्स. लेट्स से देयर आर अराउंड 25-30, राइट? बट ओनली
the number of models you're talking about.
Number of models that I know personally.
There are 30 models in Hyderabad?
Yes.
I didn't realize.
There are. But the ones that major brands would want to work with would be just maybe 4 or 5 out of the 30.
Okay.
So the remaining 25 definitely need a side hustle, because they don't get a lot of work, they get occasional work, so it's more like a part-time thing for them.
But for modeling, I feel that you anyways need to figure something else any which ways, right?
Yeah.
I
In
mean,
the long run, yes.
in the long run, तो मतलब modeling क्या मेरे को लगता है photographers के लिए भी on a long run you should be looking at one more point of because I mean अभी तो आपकी life अच्छे से चल रही है but over the period of time you'll also want to get a bigger house, you will also want to settle down with a
Obviously,
partner.
you wouldn't want to live in a rented apartment the rest of your life.
तो मतलब you want to buy a bigger car, you want to travel around.
Yes.
तो मतलब फिर कैसे? How do you?
And I don't think I would want
सस्ता तो
to
नहीं
work
होने
as a
वाला है.
model forever. I mean,
What's your plan like then?
for now, I have not really put too much attention to the details
Why
yet.
not?
I don't know. It's just too difficult to think of the possibilities.
But
Maybe that's
you
why.
realize है हर साल हम बड़े हो रहे हैं.
I know, and हर साल time कम हो रहा है.
हाँ.
I think I would.
डराने के लिए बैठा हूँ मैं यहाँ पर आज इसको.
I mean, I definitely would want to do something with animals.
Okay.
So maybe start a clinic in collaboration with a veterinary doctor that I know in Hyderabad.
Wow.
So that is one of my plans.
But do you plan to stay back in Hyderabad? मतलब that's your plan
Not really.
eventually.
I would want to move to Mumbai eventually.
So then you have to start that here in Bombay then,
Yeah.
not in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
That'll be expensive.
So he already has a clinic in Hyderabad. Maybe we can do something in Mumbai.
So you already have such friends who can help you out.
Yeah.
That's good. दोस्ती अच्छे लोगों से करनी चाहिए. ये बात तो मैं
Yeah,
समझ
Shreyans
चुका हूँ.
जैसे लोग, you know, guys, if you want to come to Mumbai, you can stay at his place. He has a lovely apartment.
Welcome. बहुत मुश्किल है मेरे घर पे रहना.
I know.
You have to be very
have
dear
OCD.
friend. You have to be very dear friend. हाँ, और मेरे घर पे गंदगी फैलाओगे तो बिल्कुल भी नो है.
Yeah. For sure. I think वो सबके साथ होता है. It's not
नहीं
even
यार,
about
काफी लोग
having
हैं
OCD.
ऐसे, काफी लोगों को है कि कैसे रहोगे, टेंशन नहीं, गंदगी में रहते हैं यार. I तो
But
can't
yeah,
even
if
go in
you're
somebody's
coming to
house and drink
someone
water.
else's house and staying, you're taking a favor. Why wouldn't you clean their house? Why wouldn't you do your own dishes and things
See,
like that?
I just feel that कि I mean मेरे साथ एक दो बार ही हुआ है, ज़्यादा तो नहीं बोलूँगा because I don't even let everybody randomly come to my place. I don't invite people ऐसे. But whenever they have come, most of my friends have been very clean. But ऐसे एक दो निकले हैं कभी जो मतलब बाथरूम जाते तो नहा के आए तो बाथरूम गीला छोड़ दिया. वाइपर करना चाहिए था यार, है ना? मतलब सोचो.
Yeah, imagine seeing someone's hair in the sink.
सोचो. And that has happened and I was like ये क्या किया है? और मैं तो मतलब I am a single guy living at my home alone, right? तो I don't see all of that in my house anyways. Yeah, I have a lot of models coming for we do a lot of test shoot at home. So उनके बाल घर पे रहते हैं मेरे, तो मेरी काम वाली भाई निकाल देती है. और अब बाथरूम में सिंक में मेरे को दिखेगा तो मुझे लगेगा यार क्या किया है तुमने?
Yeah, it just does not seem nice.
That happens many times. But ठीक है, then next time मेरे को मालूम है कि
Not to call them again.
you're not invited, sorry.
Yes.
You're here in Bombay, good. I'm not. Sorry.
So has it ever happened to you that someone wanted to come to your place and you did not want them to come and you lied saying that you're not at home, but they still ended up coming to your door?
That happened.
It happened.
I think I told you once. Did I tell you about that?
Oh yes, you did.
That happened with me once, man. And also this friend of mine, he doesn't leave यार. चाहता ही नहीं है यार. मतलब घर पे आता है तो जाओ ना यार. तुम कितना बैठोगे? एक तो प्लस थिंग इज दैट I can't talk much also. मतलब अगर मैंने आपके साथ 1 घंटा वार्तालाप कर लिया तो उसके बाद मेरे पास बात करने के कुछ बचेगा नहीं. I am not a guy who can talk a lot.
Yeah.
Right now we are talking because we have certain topics to talk about and probably we can talk for an hour or two.
Yes.
But उसके बाद में I will not have anything to talk. तो उसके बाद में
I think आज की
आप भी
conversation
चलो,
के बाद
हाँ.
we will never have anything to talk
है ना?
about.
उसके बाद में I think we'll be like हाँ ठीक है तो लाइफ अच्छी चल रही है, अच्छी चल
चलो
रही
ठीक है,
है.
मुझे तुम्हारे बारे में सब पता है, अब मुझे
हाँ,
कुछ नहीं
अब
जानना.
क्या पता करूँ मैं? तो मेरे साथ वो होता है ना. तो वो बंदा बैठा है, बातचीत चल रही है, हो गई बात. 1 घंटे के लिए तुमने बैठा, तुमने चाय कॉफी पिया, टीवी देख लिया, थोड़ा बहुत बातचीत हो गया, बात खत्म हो, जाओ ना. बैठे हैं, फोन देख रहे हैं.
अपना ही घर समझ.
अपना ही घर समझ के बैठे, कोई बात नहीं. बट तो मेरे सर के ऊपर तो मत बैठे रहो. या तो अपना कुछ काम कर लो, तुमको कुछ करना है कंप्यूटर में बैठ के अपना काम कर लो, मैं अपना काम कर लूँगा. वो भी नहीं करना है.
He wants to keep talking to you.
और बताओ भाई क्या
कुछ
बताऊँ
है ही नहीं बताने को, क्या बताऊँ मैं?
तो नेक्स्ट टाइम जब आया तो मैं बोला, नेक्स्ट टाइम उसका फिर से कॉल आया, ब्रो मैं तेरे घर के पास में आ जाऊँ क्या? तो बोला ब्रो मैं घर पे नहीं हूँ. है ना? अब बट उसको मालूम है कि मैं घर पे हूँ.
How did he know that?
I don't know that, right?
Did he check your car?
I think he just maybe कार भी मैं हर बार गाड़ी लेके निकलता भी नहीं हूँ. मैं कभी स्कूटी में निकल जाता है, फिर I take an auto also. ऐसा नहीं, बॉम्बे में गाड़ी चलाना is very pain in the ass.
I hate
तो
the traffic.
I try my best to not take my car out unless it is a shoot. I don't take my car out. It's mostly that. Or after
unless you just wanna feel cool in your car.
That also I don't want, very honestly.
Really?
Very honestly जरूरत नहीं है बॉम्बे में, बहुत ट्रैफिक है.
I know.
तो तुम
यहाँ
ऑटो
पे
में
कोई
बैठो या
ध्यान भी नहीं देता.
स्कूटी में बैठ कर निकल जाओ, कोई ध्यान नहीं देने वाला है तुमको.
यहाँ पे I think celebrities also just take auto and go because that is just more convenient and
like
faster.
not the bigger ones, but
Yeah,
most of the verified guys, I think they
Yeah.
also want to take a scooty or a bike.
Anything that saves time.
Yeah, save time. I mean, yeah, you have to save time. यार इतना ट्रैफिक है, क्या करेगा? बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रैफिक है बॉम्बे में. मत आओ बॉम्बे, बता रहा हूँ. ट्रैफिक में अटक के खत्म हो जाओगे तुम, रोलोगे. दिल्ली में रहो, बैंगलोर में रहो, हैदराबाद में रहो, मस्त काम करो, टेंशन नहीं है.
यार एटलीस्ट हैदराबाद में भी ट्रैफिक है तो एटलीस्ट रोड्स बड़े हैं वहाँ पे, यू नो, रोड्स दिखने में अच्छे.
दिखने में
यहाँ
अच्छे
पे तो ऐसे चार मीनार जैसे रोड्स हैं, एरिया का नाम है बैंड्रा, यू नो, इट जस्ट डजंट go with each other.
So I mean, I feel, yeah, that's there. I get it. I think ये सब एरिया में गाड़ियों को अलाउ करना बंद करना पड़ेगा, तभी कुछ हो पाएगा. बट
Yeah.
बंद किया तो बैंड
Very
बच जाएगा.
unplanned it is. मतलब भीड़ बढ़ती जा रही है एंड जगह नहीं बढ़ रही है.
They can't do. What can they do? Like अब लोग आ रहे हैं तो क्या करेंगे? और लोग गाड़ी भी लेके आ रहे हैं, सबको अपनी गाड़ी भी चाहिए यहाँ पर. अब वो भी है ना कि सबको गाड़ी भी चाहिए, घोड़ा भी चाहिए, पार्किंग भी चाहिए. उसी रोड पे सब करेंगे तो फिर यू कांट हेल्प इट. आई मीन एंड ऑफ द डे आई जस्ट फील बॉम्बे इज जस्ट टू वेलकमिंग फॉर एवरीबडी. जो भी आता है जस्ट सेज कि आ जाओ, समा जाओ, देख लेंगे, देखा जाएगा जो होगा.
देखा जाएगा.
It's वन ऑफ दोस हाउसेस, स्मॉल हाउसेस जिसके अंदर 100-150 लोग ऑलरेडी हैं और बोल रहे 50 लोग और आना चाहते हैं, सबको ले लो अंदर. आते रहो, आजा
कोई बेघर ना रहे.
आजा बेटा, कोई बेघर नहीं, सब आजा, सब आजा.
Yeah, I think it's more like that.
It's more like that, but that way it's good. I just feel that Bombay right now is in a transition mode. There's construction happening all over the place.
Oh yeah, I heard there's a ceiling coming between Bandra and Warsaw also.
I don't think it's called ceiling. What is it called?
Some link between.
Coastal road. Coastal
Oh, it's a
road.
coastal road.
Coastal road, yeah. Coastal road, right? That's the. That'll be. I think that'll save a lot of time.
Which will be great because.
It'll be great.
I think right now it takes around 40 minutes from here to Bandra. From Warsaw to Bandra.
मेरे को तो लगता है यार कि मेरे को कभी कभी लगता है कि वर्सोवा से ना ऐसे बोट लगा देने चाहिए इनको, एंड दैट बोट कैन ड्रॉप देम टू जुहू, बैंड्रा, और अगर जाना चाहे तो मरीन लाइंस तक भी ड्रॉप कर देना चाहिए. वो स्पीड बोट लगा दो, होता है ना मालदीव्स में, कितना अच्छा लगता है वो, कर देना चाहिए बॉम्बे में. बट आई डोंट नो व्हाई दे डोंट डू इट. मे बी देयर इज सम रीजन. नहीं तो बेवकूफ नहीं है, कर लेते. कितना पैसा कमाते थे सोचो. दे कुड हैव डन दैट, बट दे शुड डू इट.
I think it's a good idea. Maybe you should start something of that
I
sort.
can't do it. गवर्नमेंट के हाथ में, मेरे हाथ में कुछ नहीं है भाई.
Maybe like a private service बनाओ.
But we can't do it, na. It's a government property in the beach.
Right.
We can't do that shit. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Only fishermen can take the small little boat and do fishing.
You can't. Yeah.
We can't do that shit. I don't think so.
So since you live near the beach, do you usually go to the beach?
I go to beach.
Yeah.
Whenever I have free time, I'll walk towards the beach.
Is it clean?
Though my side, with the area where I go to, it's extremely clean. I mean, गंदगी है, but इतना गंदगी नहीं है जितना तुमको जुहू में मिलता है. Because यहाँ पर लोग ज़्यादा आते नहीं हैं. This is like the end of the Warsaw lane. And then उसके बाद में मड वाला फेरी स्टार्ट हो जाता है. तो उससे पहले के टाइम में there only fishermen there. तो फिश की बहुत बदबू आती है, but that's fine. I mean, still okay.
As long as there's no plastic.
It's an open air, so it's fine. So that's okay because you are near the beach. What do you expect, right?
Okay.
But there are a lot of boys playing football and cricket, and it looks really nice. Sunset is beautiful as hell.
I would love to take my dog for a walk.
Oh, you should do that. You should go to this particular lane. This is like an empty space.
Yeah.
Hardly anybody there. I mean, I'm not making that area famous. I'll not tell you the route because
Please don't.
I really want it to be empty.
Gatekeep it. Don't tell anyone.
And plus, मेरा photo shoot भी बहुत आराम से हो जाता है वहाँ पर.
Oh, you shoot there too.
Yeah, like lot of photographers, lot of my friends, photographers, they all go there only to shoot. Because it's perfect space. It looks like wow. मतलब लगता ही नहीं वर्षों हुआ है.
Wow.
हाँ, अभी ना मैंने एक बार recently कांड कर दिया था. But वहाँ पर देखो गंदगी तो फैलती है, ऐसा नहीं है. Like last time when we were shooting with Bani. So before Bani came, no, there was this one guy. He was pooping there in the beach, right, on right there. मतलब वहाँ पानी ऐसे पानी की लहरें आ रही हो, वो नंगा होके वहाँ पर पॉटी कर रहा है. ठीक है, और मैं उसको ऐसे देख रहा हूँ, मतलब shit, ये क्या कर रहा है, right? तो I told Bani, and then of course Bani and we all shot just near the beach, or we entered the water, but then some other way. She did not go there inside the water, right? Yes. Next few days में I was shooting with another model. She's also a very dear friend, and she's a very good model. She's also verified account, and then we are like, let's shoot, and then I'm like, okay fine, let's do this. I did not tell her the story. Because I was like,
oh no,
पहले शूट करेंगे. तो शूट करते पूरा मतलब इतना अच्छा शूट हो रहा था. I was like यार एक काम करना बाबा, पानी में घुस ही जाते हैं. And then she's thinking, और इसलिए कि ये वर्सोवा बीच है, कितना गंदा है तेरे को मालूम है. मैं बोला यार क्या होगा, जाके घर जाके नहा लेना.
हाँ.
What can go wrong?
Okay.
इतना तो तुम गीला, मतलब आधी बॉडी तुम्हारी गीली हो ही चुकी है,
पूरा घुस जाओ.
अब पूरा घुस ही जाओ, क्या फर्क पड़ता है.
Okay.
And then I think she also
And
thought
what was
कि
she wearing?
she was wearing a very nice shimmery dress.
Okay.
It was looking amazing and she was looking very pretty. She
And
has
it
a very
was
good dusky face
sunrise.
also. Sunset.
Sunset.
I always go for sunset. Sunrise is fuck all. मजा
I
नहीं है.
always feel sunsets are more beautiful than sunrise.
नहीं, सनराइज आर वेरी ब्यूटीफुल. द प्रॉब्लम इज यहाँ पर सनराइज बीच पे नहीं होता ना.
Okay, right.
सनराइज इज टुवर्ड्स दिस साइड, तो मजा नहीं आएगा. यू हैव टू गो टू द सनसेट पॉइंट, तो मजा आएगा बिकॉज यू कैन सी द वाटर एंड द सन इज सेटिंग इन द वाटर. इट लुक्स रियली नाइस एज द वाटर इज ईटिंग ऑफ द सन.
Yeah.
इट लुक्स वेरी प्रीटी.
Yeah.
सो आई एम लाइक ठीक है, फोटोशूट करते हैं. एंड देन वी आर डूइंग इट. पानी में आधी गीली हो चुकी है. मैं उसको बोल रहा हूँ और चले जा, और थोड़ा पानी के अंदर चलते हैं, मजा आएगा फोटो. मैं बाहर ही खड़ा हूँ, मतलब मैं पानी के अंदर जा चुका हूँ, मेरी चप्पल गीली हो चुकी है, बट मतलब मेरा आधा भी पैर गीला नहीं हुआ. आई नो द रियल स्टोरी. सो मैं बोला कि पैर गीला करके जाके धो लेंगे, और मेरे ऑल माय असिस्टेंट्स दे नो, एंड नोबडी इज एंटरिंग इनसाइड, राइट. एवरीबडी इज लाइक, एंड दे हैव अ वेरी वियर्ड फेस हैपनिंग. ये क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग, क्यों जा रहे हैं पानी के अंदर, और ये लड़की क्यों जा रही है अंदर, वो जा रही है. एंड देन इवेंचुअली शी वाज लाइक ठीक है फाइन व्हाटएवर, लेट्स जस्ट डू इट. एंड शी जस्ट डिड दैट. ओके, पूरे बाल गीले हो गए, उसका आधा चेहरा गीला हो गया, पूरा ड्रेस आ चुके हैं, और फोटो अच्छे आ गए. मैं बोला फोटो तो बढ़िया आ गए, मज़ा आ गया, लेट्स डू दिस. वो फोटो आने के बाद में मैंने उसको बोला लिसन, गॉट अमेजिंग पिक्चर्स, बट आई हैव टू टेल यू अ स्टोरी.
Oh no!
I told her everything.
Is she still friends with you?
I don't know, man. She hasn't replied to me. She hasn't even selected those pictures yet. Seriously, she hasn't selected those pictures. I think she's pissed off with me, or maybe she's busy. I don't know.
I think she's pissed.
But I told her.
But did she get any skin condition?
I don't think so. उसने नहीं तो बोल दिया होता ना.
As long as she's fine, then
I hope you are fine, Baba. I'm sorry, but we are dear friends, यार. दोस्ती तो दोस्त के काम आते हैं.
So
but
that
then
guy
I got
was,
some really nice pictures for her.
That guy was literally pooping on the beach
Yeah,
and hoping that the waves will act like the flush.
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe it'll wipe his ass also. That's what he thought.
But actually,
legit, he is doing that. I'm not kidding. Okay, I'm not kidding. He puts his pant down, puts his fucking underwear down. His fucking dick is hanging on there. And for God's sake, I don't know why I saw this, but I just saw it, man. It just looked terrible. And I kept laughing over it. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Did you take a picture? Did you record it?
Like, I'll tell you, I took a video, okay? And then I was like, why would I do this? Why? I questioned myself. I'm like, no, delete it right fucking way. I deleted it right away. But I did take a video and I was like, why would I do this? What the fuck is wrong with me? Ever?
Tag words of a beach, nobody would ever go
No.
there, and you would always find the beach empty.
I wouldn't do that.
Clean.
I was like, no, just delete. I just felt creepy. ठीक है, बोला ये
It
क्या
was
कर रहा हूँ?
creepy.
उसे delete it right away. अब बता दिया यार भाई, सही में मजाक नहीं कर रहा. I'm not creepy. It was just the fun part for me. I was laughing over it. I was like, ठीक है video.
But imagine this is one instance that you saw. How many times does it happen?
अरे बाबा होता है वहाँ पर, रोज होता है. मैं बता रहा हूँ वहाँ पर रोज होता है. ये लोग सब यहाँ, मेरे को लगता है सुबह सुबह ना सब ऐसे लाइन में खड़े हो जाते हैं पॉटी करने के लिए.
लोग अपने डॉग्स को ले जाते हैं, वहाँ पे लोग बैठते हैं अपने पैंट्स उतार के.
Oh shit. ऐसा होता हो तो बाबा.
I am never going on that beach to shoot. Ever.
I'll take you.
I'm good. Maybe we can shoot like away from the beach.
हाँ तो we'll do that. That's what we'll shoot little more sideways. थोड़ा और आगे जाके left hand side में मजा आएगा. करेंगे photo shoot. ऐसा, but you never know वहाँ पर भी कुछ कांड हुआ तो that I don't know.
I think you can see ocean is the most disgusting thing in the world because
everybody throws everything there.
Everybody throws everything there. So many dead bodies are decomposing. We don't know what all is in it. So it's better to stay in the dark and not know.
I mean, I like the ocean. I love the ocean for that matter of fact. I don't know. I mean, गंदगी होगी, but still मेरे को ऐसा लगता है ocean is the most peaceful place.
Yeah.
And it gives you the best calm possible.
Yeah.
Like same ways mountain also does, but I think ocean has something else.
I prefer oceans over the mountains because I like the sound of the waves. Makes me feel really.
I love both. मेरे को कुछ भी दे तो चलेगा. But मेरे को I like ocean also a lot. But I like mountains also. मतलब I can't choose one.
I don't like mountains because I hate going around on the mountains in a car. It gives me motion sickness.
तो तुमको हेलीकॉप्टर में लेके जाएंगे, छोड़ेंगे तो तुमको मजा आएगा.
That way I'll be fine.
हाँ तो मतलब then you like mountains. अब बस you don't like the process of reaching.
I don't like the process of traveling. So whenever I have to travel, I would rather just reach that place, teleport somewhere. I just hate getting into a cab, then plane, then है ना.
आने वाले 2-3 साल में तुमको लिख कर
सही रहेगा.
बस अभी वो आ ही रहा है. Don't worry. आने वाला इन्वेंशन.
I'm really hopeful.
आई होप वो आ जाएगा. आई थिंक मेरे को अब सब हो जाएगा.
है ना?
टेंशन नहीं है.
हो जाना चाहिए.
हो जाएगा. एंडलीप के लिए स्पेशली बन के आ रहा है. टेलीपोर्ट हो गया.
मेरे जैसे बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिनको ट्रैवलिंग नहीं पसंद बट ट्रैवल करना पसंद है. You know, they want to have new experiences but without the hassle of traveling.
I still find flights are fine. Flights makes your life easy.
Yeah, flights are fine, but the whole process of reaching, giving your bag for check-in, and then the frisking, and then getting the.
But you realize how much safety it requires.
Yeah.
पता चला तुमको फ्लाइट में लेके चला गया, किसी ने हाईजैक कर लिया, अब क्या करोगे?
Yesterday only I was watching some movie about hijack. It's a new movie, Bollywood movie.
Hijack.
चोर निकल के भागा. चोर निकल.
इसमें हाईजैक होता है क्या?
I don't know if you're going to watch it, but it's about so they have to do a theft,
Okay.
which they show like a hijack
Okay.
to cover the theft, but
Oh.
it's not actually a hijack. You should watch it. I mean, one time.
Is it
watch.
nice?
Kind of.
अभी तो I'm watching Rocket Boys, Part 2, Season 2.
I'm watching Rana Naidu.
How's it?
I watched 2 episodes. It seems fun.
Mm.
Too much of explicit content is there.
Oh.
Yeah, like too much.
But it's in Telugu, right? Or it's in
It's
Hindi?
in Hindi.
Ah. It's Rana and Venkatesh.
Yeah.
Venkatesh, right? What's his name? Venkatesh, the actor's name?
You should not get this wrong.
Okay, sorry. गलत हो गया तो फिर
Really
जूते
sorry.
पड़ेंगे.
Chiranjeevi?
No, not Chiranjeevi for
I
sure.
don't know.
I think it's one of.
It's a mega star.
It's a mega
But
star
I don't
for
know
sure.
his name.
Yes.
But it's a nice
No, it's
show.
not Venkatesh. It's not Venkatesh. It's somebody else. I'm sure
It's not Chiranjeevi. It's
not
not
Chiranjeevi.
Nagarjun. Who is it? He's someone big and old. इतनी देर में गूगल कर लो यार कोई तो.
हाँ वेंकटेश. Oh वेंकटेश. Right, वेंकटेश.
ठीक है.
ठीक है चलो फिर ये बात तो क्लियर हो गई. I was right. You were right. Not bad. चलो बहुत बढ़िया. Anyways, I'm watching this new series called Rocket Boys. I mean, it was released last year. They have a season 1 on that, and then this season 2
I
right
think it's
now.
on Amazon Prime.
No, it's on Sony Live.
Okay.
A very interesting show. It talks about all the inventions we were trying to do for the nuclear power. I mean, we were trying to introduce nuclear power in India, and then we were trying to send our satellites to space back then also. And we have been trying ever since then. And we knew a lot of things. We could do a lot of things, but then how Americans were trying to stop us from doing all of it, and what Indira Gandhi did, what
So how
Jawaharlal Nehru
many
did.
episodes are there?
I think it has 10 episodes per season. I mean, I'm watching second season right now. It's very nice, and Jim Sharab is
Yeah.
working, acting in it, and he's
Yeah, I
damn
saw the
good.
poster today for
He's
the
damn
show.
good, very good. What an actor, man! What
Yeah,
an actor.
he is an amazing
actor.
And I love his interviews also.
Yeah, he has that Parsi style of talking now.
Yes.
That's amazing. It's very good.
I saw an interview where the interviewer asked him, so let's talk about your personal life. And he's like, no, I won't. And he's like, but you have to. And he just throws a pillow at him and he says, next time you ask a question about your personal life, I'm going to hit you with something harder. So it was really funny to watch.
This is damn funny. What a
I'm
guy.
also watching The Last of Us. That's
Last of
also,
Us, what's that?
it's a very interesting zombie show with much more science in it.
Okay.
Where they're talking about how global warming has affected the fungus, and now fungus has adapted itself to live in higher temperatures inside a body. So usually our body temperature kills the fungi, but because of the global warming, now it has adapted to live in much more higher temperatures, and now fungi is getting into our body, taking control of our brain and making us zombies. So it's
Some imagination. Is that even possible?
It is actually in the long run. If fungi keeps adapting, evolving, then there's a chance that we will have some zombie kind of disease created by them.
Wonderful. Looking forward to that. I hope I'm
Yeah.
not alive till then. But all the best. Very good.
You should watch it. It's interesting.
I'll watch it.
It's
Last of Us.
Yeah, it's on
Netflix.
Hotstar.
Hotstar. Okay, then I should get a Hotstar subscription.
I'll share mine.
Do that. इतना मेरे को ऐसे लगता है सबका सब्सक्रिप्शन लेते रहो. पूरा साल यही चलता है. अभी इसका खत्म हुआ, कभी उसका खत्म हुआ. TV दिखता है.
At this point, I don't even know what all subscriptions I have. I just have everything.
There's a lot of money we are just spending on
yeah,
this. things.
unknowingly, because it just comes in the credit card bills that we don't even pay attention
And then
to.
it's like 300-400 rupees. तो चलो ठीक है चलता है.
लगता नहीं है, but in the long run, if you add up all the money, it's a lot.
It's a lot of money. So I sometimes get jealous of these guys who are actually not addicted to any of these things. Like I have a friend of mine. He's not on WhatsApp. He's not on Facebook. Not on Instagram. And he's only available on emails. He doesn't have a smartphone. Yeah.
What does he do?
He makes beer
Okay.
in Amsterdam. He's my friend's boyfriend.
Ah.
Okay, and it's so good to see. Just imagine his life.
It's so good to date such guys. Imagine not having any
I mean,
distractions ever.
yeah. Sometimes I feel that okay, oh God, how does he even live? But at the same time, like, wow, brilliant.
What a life
And
he
he's
lives.
not used to any of this shit. And that guy is damn good. Okay, he's extremely smart. ऐसा नहीं कि ऐसे कुछ भी बकचोद है. He's extremely smart boy. And especially if my friend she's dating him, she herself is very smart.
Okay.
So this guy has to be next level smart
To
date,
impress her.
yeah, to impress her. So मतलब he's very smart.
Okay.
Good looking chap, and he makes beers and very smart boy, and not on social media, not on WhatsApp, just available on emails. And if you call him also on like if I'm talking to my friend on FaceTime also, he would just be like, what's up, okay, bye. Well, that's the guy.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting to see that he is not used to or consumed by any of these things. Just imagine his lifestyle. He is not around any of such things.
That's really impressive
amazing.
because this is literally like a poison, slow poison, which kills
Yeah.
you because it.
But
takes
but then we
over.
can't leave it.
We
just
can't.
get
That
over
is
it, right?
exactly an addiction. What? Like it's a poison.
And we are still
so-
doing it for that. We're making this video for that. So
Yeah.
that's the thing.
I mean, we make our earning through it, so we can't really talk bad about it.
I mean, I don't talk bad about it, but at the same time, you also know what you're getting into,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
there's always pros and cons.
There's always pros and cons in everything, especially
course.
internet and social media.
Yeah. But I think our work revolves around this, and there's nothing what you can do
And
much
nowadays,
about
it's more about how big you are on social media. You might not be as talented as a photographer or a model, but if you have a lot of followers, you are an influencer and you get paid more for the same job. So that has, like many designers nowadays, they ask you how many followers you have.
Okay.
And then they ask you your budget, and if you quote it, they'll be like, no, I'm paying this much to someone who has like 70,000 followers or 100k followers. Why would I pay you that same amount? Well,
True.
probably because of my experience, I'm asking you for that
But
amount.
that doesn't matter anymore, right?
No,
Because
it's
it
more
really
about how
matters to
many
them
followers you
how many
have.
followers you have, and that gets very tough. It
Yeah,
gets very
and I find it
difficult.
very sad because someone who's actually working hard might not be getting enough time to spend so much time on their social media. That's why probably they are not that big on social media. So I think choosing your models based on their followers is kind of absurd.
It is, but at the same time, like if you
But
think
it's
from
the need of the hour
it's
also.
need
I
of the
kind
hour,
of
right? Because
understand.
उनको मालूम है कि इनकी
Marketing वहाँ से ज़्यादा
इनका
हो रही
रीच
है.
बहुत ज़्यादा है, तो इनको देखेंगे तो इनके 20 लोग तो हमारे पास आ ही जाएंगे.
Exactly.
And that's why I think most of the time these days in movies also they take a lot of influencers.
Exactly.
You know,
Like
so-
this time, Lakme had so many influencers walking.
And that had
at
become a big problem to all the
showstopper.
models. That I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Every model wrote
I
about it.
mean,
What
they
the hell
had
was this?
horrible walks. Like
Yeah?
really bad walks. Like a penguin walks better than them.
What are you saying?
Yeah. See, it looks like they have practiced very hard and still
Okay.
it comes out so bad.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you
That's
should watch
bad.
it. It's funny. Like there's a funny compilation of all these.
Where do you see
influencers.
these videos? I want to see them.
They keep coming in my Instagram reels.
Share it with me now.
Yeah, I will
You should
definitely
share it.
share
I
it
want
with
to
you.
watch it because I kept seeing all the models are talking about it. I was like, क्या हुआ? ऐसा हो क्या गया कि
Yeah.
इतना गुस्सा आ रहा है तुम लोग सबको? But then
See, because they feel like we worked so hard and we have to still walk behind them and clap for them. Well, they just rose to fame last year because they posted some, viral random reel,
okay.
right? So, yeah, it kind of hurts my pride too.
Oh, get it, I get it.
Yeah.
But क्या कर सकते हैं यार? I think मेरे को actually ना मेरे को ऐसे भी लगता है कि at the same time Instagram and these what do you call these applications like YouTube Shorts, Instagram
Yeah.
Reels has given a platform to a lot of people who could not have even thought that they could make money
Yeah,
or they could make money this
fast.
and
And
this
this
way
much.
and this much like चाय वाले हो गए या फिर क्या कहते हैं, किस टाइप के लोग कैसे कैसे लोग आए हैं जिन्होंने पैसे कमाए और बहुत तगड़ा पैसा कमाया,
Yeah.
राइट? तो इट्स गुड टू सी दैट कि किसी के लिए भी आज की डेट में अपॉर्चुनिटी है, काम है,
ये तो
पैसा
है।
है, तो it's good to see that. But
Like
at the
now
same
you
time,
can't say that, oh, I'm not seen. I mean, you have the place to show your content. You have the place to show your talent.
yeah, you do.
So that is there.
That is there. But you have to be just very entertaining for that 10 seconds or 5 seconds. Your
Yeah.
entertainment has to be next level.
Yeah, I don't
That's
find
something.
everything entertaining. I find that some things just go viral because they're stupid.
Yeah, that's the thing. I
Yeah.
think that started long back. It started from mines.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it started from
A
there.
lot of
A lot of it.
stupid stuff going viral and becoming famous, and then
Yes.
those people getting fame out of it. So I'm like, okay. And even if I wanted to do it, my pride wouldn't let me do such things. Even if I know I can get like millions of followers from that.
Uh-huh.
So that's the thing. I
That's
think
really
models hold a lot of pride and grace in what they do, and they believe that this is a craft, and I'm not going to stain it by doing such things.
got it.
So that's why models were very pissed during the Lakme Fashion Week.
That's very sad to know.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I was seeing it all over, but then I had no idea what exactly happened. But then I even didn't care to ask many people because we were like, if
See, some influencers make really nice content. It's very edutainment kind of content where you're learning something and it's funny as well. But some things are just plain dumb, where you just watch it and you're like, why is it even there? Why am I even seeing it? Why is it on my FYP? So things like that are there.
So now tell me, okay, I think we have spoken about almost everything, and
Yeah.
now we can talk about your career, and I mean your career, as in the kind of model you are, and what kind of modeling you don't do. I mean, there must be specific things, like, I think in India we are very specific about things we want to do in modeling and things we do want to do.
Yeah.
So what are the things you are willing to do, and what are the things you are not willing to do?
So since I started modeling in Hyderabad and mostly in South, the market is more about jewelry and saris. So that became my forte.
Okay.
My face has been used so much for all the sari brands that I'm kind of done with it at this point. I don't want to do it anymore.
Okay.
And I like.
But और बचा भी क्या है, मतलब what else is there in India otherwise other than Indian wears?
I mean, Indian wear, lehengas and all, I still don't mind as much, but I am done doing saris.
Okay.
All sorts of silk saris.
CMR brand.
I am kind of tired of wearing saris because the draping process only takes like 40 minutes.
It does.
Then the shooting process takes another, 1 hour 40 minutes for each sari. So it's very tiring. And then they want to shoot in like outdoor locations and so much walking and so many changes with heavy jewelry. So yeah, that I'm kind of tired of right
But
now.
you are looking for Western wear. Brand.
Yeah, more of Western
But do we
wear.
have many Western brands in India otherwise?
There are.
Okay.
I'm not saying there are a lot in Hyderabad, but there still are new brands coming up. I don't mind doing a lot of Pret line, easy to wear, ready to wear kind of clothes. Would love to do that. But I don't do resort wear or bikinis or
Why aren't you
swimwear.
doing those?
It's not
Is it like a cultural religious thing, or
I mean,
you're not comfortable?
it's more like I'm not comfortable doing it. And also I don't think
But
my
you've already
parents-
done once, now.
Just for Miss India, that was just one. So I've never commercially done a bikini shoot. Never. And I don't think my parents would be okay with it. They have allowed me to work as a model. That's only a big deal.
Okay.
So if I say that, no, I want to do this as well, then they'll be like, now we have a problem. And it's not like I'm really keen on doing it, so I'm okay with it.
No, but then you are not a rebel type of a kid also.
Yeah, not really. I would like to keep my peace.
Of course, of course.
So for that, it's okay if I have to give up on such things, few things.
Makes sense. Very nice. And what if somebody has to become a model? What is the process like for any newcomer? Like, these days, of course, they end up making reels.
Yeah.
And then
I think these days social media is the way to go because you keep posting and you will be scouted by someone at some point. But also you should get your Polaroids clicked, do a lot of test shoot and send it to agencies that you think might work for you. Like if you're very tall, then you should go for agencies that push you for runways like Runway Lifestyle. They do most of the fashion shows in India. And if you think you have more of a commercial face, then go for agencies which would push you for TVCs. And if you want to do editorial and if you think you have that face, then go for Inega or other agencies like that. So you need to first know that what you might be good at.
Okay.
That helps a lot.
And have you ever had any situation where you felt that why am I even doing this shoot? Do you go through that?
Doing the shoot or
any shoot, any particular shoot, maybe you choose to do a shoot and you have
many
accepted.
times.
Maybe they're paying you whatever you're asking for, but then you've reached the location and you're like, what the fuck, why am I here?
Yes, many times. So if the team is not at par, right? So let's say you're good at your job, but the makeup artist messed up or the photographer.
That happened with us once.
Yes, it has happened with us once. I was shooting once with a photographer. It was an in-house photographer team. and they had booked an amazing location. Okay, they had huge block pillars and very very beautiful place. So they should have used those things, right, in perspective. Take a low angle, take the beautiful arches of the place. But no, they were taking like plain, simple, boring pictures at eye level, where the pillars just look like a block. The lighting was so bad that I was like, why am I even here? Why am I doing this shoot?
Would you feel like teaching them how to do their job then during that time?
We would tell them that, can you please keep the lighting there? There's no light on my face. Can you please shoot from there? Only then you would get the, the beauty of this place. And they got offended. It was not just me, it was other two models also.
Okay.
And we were pissed off because we know that we are looking good. The makeup was great. The outfits were great. We knew we could get great pictures.
Was the client happy with the pictures?
I don't think so. It's been 1 year and she has still not posted all of them. Like, they keep posting once in a while, and every time they tag me, I'm like, I can't repost this.
Oh God.
I don't want people to see this. Yeah. Because there's no light on the face. It's, I don't know how to explain. The pictures are not good.
Oh, that's bad, man.
And that happens many times. Many times you do shoots where you look like shit and then you just do it for the money.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But then, I mean, if you have a great location, if you have everything great, then I think the photograph also should turn out nice.
Everyone should be, at the same level. The photographer, the makeup artist, the model. Only then you get good outcome.
Yeah, I think for that you really need to spend money on every single little detail.
You can't be like, it's okay, the makeup artist is good, so if the photographer is bad also we can make up for that. No, you can't. Everything needs to be good.
Everything needs to be good.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. But have you ever had any bad experiences? Otherwise, like, किसने छेड़ दिया, assault कर दिया, कुछ गलत बातें कर दी?
ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ मेरे साथ. कभी भी हैदराबाद में तो नहीं हुआ, except for that when he wanted to be my sugar daddy. Yeah, and besides that, sometimes I get calls for shoots where they want to not discuss it on text and they want to discuss it on call, and that's when I know something is going to be fishy.
Okay.
So their question would be like, so would you be okay with compromise? No, I'm not okay, and I just don't say no. I say, would you ask that same question to your mom or your sister? So now I can't keep my mouth shut. Now I'll be very impulsive. Back 6 years back, I would be scared and silent and I would just, hang up and block it. But now I would give them back. Yeah.
Okay. And do you get different, what kind of DMs do you get from people?
Oh, very weird ones. Very strange ones.
Give me the weird ones.
Some are like, oh my God, are you really a Muslim? Sister, you need to learn something. Cover yourself. Why are you showing it? And some would be like, how much would you charge for one night?
What are you showing? I mean, your pictures are so decent.
I don't know. What is there that you're seeing that I'm not seeing? I don't understand. And some are like, so how much would you charge for the night? And then some are like, I would want to marry you. This is my biodata. I am a doctor. So very wide range of DMs I get. Yeah.
Wow. हमेशा need है तुम्हारी. देख लो कि यार मिल जाए लड़की.
कुछ ना मतलब whenever you're feeling like I have no purpose in life, just read the DMs. You do have a purpose in life.
But does it put you down sometimes? Ki what the fuck is happening, or you're just fine with it?
I just get angry. I don't feel like low anymore. I just feel like, how fucking stupid is this? So that's how I feel. At this point, I don't feel like, oh my God, this is making me sad. No, now I don't feel that way. Okay. I just know that if you took out the time to come to my DMs and say these things to me, that's really because I'm bothering you, and I'm glad to be bothering you. It's okay.
Okay, that's good, man. Like, good talk we had, like good conversation. Not bad. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
I'm glad that we did this, and there was so much to talk about that I also didn't know existed. So
I swear, it was too much fun.
Yes, it was.
Thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you.
All right, guys. It was great talking to Andleeb, and it was fun. I hope you all enjoyed the podcast. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.